Hi, y'all. This is Charity from Frog Crochet and Miss Kitty. And our devotion today is Strength in His Presence. Above all, be strong and very courageous to observe carefully the whole instruction my servant Moses commanded you. And this is Joshua chapter 1, verse 7. The team needed a pep talk. The loss crushed the boys on the team. The end result of the game frustrated each player. Defeated, the athletes entered the locker room. The coaches followed. What followed was a flow of encouraging words the boys would not soon forget. Each coach challenged the boys, spoke words of affirmation, and mentioned positive things they had seen on the court. It didn't take the defeat away, but the sting of loss was eased by the coach's presence and the power of their words. The children of Israel experienced something similar when Moses, their leader, passed away. The Lord spoke to Joshua and gave what we might consider a pep talk to him regarding the future plans for the nation. The Lord stated not once but 3 times that he would be with them. He retreated not once but 3 times, reiterated. Can't read tonight. He reiterated not once but 3 times that they were to be strong and courageous. He spoke encouraging and motivational words. He reminded them of where he had brought them and where they were headed. We will all experience losses. Be assured that God, who spoke with Joshua long ago, is speaking to us today. Assured us he will never leave us. Of this beautiful positive promise, we can be courageous. Our courage is in his presence, a presence that promises to stick with us through the good and the bad. On our own, life looks scary and our losses easily overwhelm us. With the promise of God's presence with us, we do not have to be defeated. How can we embrace the presence of God during times of loss and struggle? And our prayer is, Lord, help me remember your presence gives me courage to face each day. And for a deeper walk, read Joshua chapter 1, verses 1 through 9. Alrighty. All right. What has been going on? Well, we've had a lot going on. Which some of y'all know that, my father-in-law passed away, and we've been having to deal with a lot of that. But me and my husband celebrated our 20th anniversary on April 12th. And because it was during the middle of the week, we went on the weekend and had a long weekend away. Went to the beach. We went to Outer Banks in North Carolina. Hi, Angela. Welcome in. Miss Kitty, she says hi. She's working on one of her little videos she likes to do.
It might get posted. It might not. I don't know. There might be copyright. Don't know. I don't think there will, so I might be able to do this one.
Anyway, he took me to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. He'd never been there before. We've well, he has been growing up. He's always gone to Myrtle Beach for vacations. When we got married, that was the first time I really, really got to go and enjoy the beach. Apparently, when I was much younger than Miss Kitty, I got to be at a beach in Germany. I don't remember it. I was probably younger than Little Man. I really don't remember it at all going. So the first time I ever remembering to go going to the beach was our my honeymoon. When me and my husband got married, we went down. We stayed for a few days. Sorry, I'm cold. Grab me a blanket. Um, Went for a few days down there at Myrtle Beach. Well, close to it. We was in Cherry Grove down there, and one of his aunts had a place there, and we stayed there, and she let us stay there for free. Um, but anyway, that was fun. I really enjoyed it. My husband really enjoyed seeing the look on my face of being able to see the beach for the first time. But anyway, part of the reason why he took me to the Outer Banks is because I love lighthouses. And we got to go see 3 lighthouses out there while we were there. The first time I ever got to go see an actual lighthouse and go in one was, I think, Little Man was 3, maybe 2 or 3 years old. And he took me to see what they call Old Baldy, and I believe that one is that one North Carolina or is that South Carolina? I'm not sure, but we all climbed that one. And that was the first time Miss Kitty ever got to go and be in a lighthouse. Little Man don't remember it too much because, of course, he was about 2 or 3 years old. But we rented a golf cart because where we had to take a ferry over to the island. We had to walk a pretty good ways, dropped off from the ferry to the lighthouse itself. So we rented a golf cart, and we also explored a little bit of the island while we were there. But Little Man really, really, really liked riding on that golf cart. That trip particular as well, we got to go see. We were at the beach, my husband's birthday, and he wanted to go see the USS North Carolina. And oh, let me tell you the fun that was to be had in the middle of July. And it was extremely, extremely hot on that ship. And chasing a 2 or 3-year-old through this said ship. To say the least, I was exhausted. um, At one point, I was sitting down, and my husband looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just getting a little break." And he's like, "What do you mean a little break?" I said, "Well, I've been chasing this little guy around all day. And while you've been enjoying your little tour and giving history lessons to everybody else." Um, and he's like, "Well, where is he?" He wasn't paying attention to where he was at. Apparently, he found him a pipe sticking up out of the floor, and he was sitting there pretending like he was riding a horse. And while we were talking, my husband says, "Well, I guess your break's over." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "He's gone." So I had to go chase him again. To say the least, I was very exhausted that day. Hi, Angel. Welcome in. But anyway, we got to go see 3 of the lighthouses down at Outer Banks. One we didn't go see because we would have had to take a ferry over to get to it, and we only had 3 days to be there. So we went and seen, which one of them they don't consider because it's a private owned one, but we did. It's not considered in the group of the Outer Banks lighthouses because the state parks don't run this one. But it is the Currituck Lighthouse, and I got me a little figurine of this one here. And I loved this one because we got to go up in this one. The people that was running it actually up and running where we could go in. You could not go into the lightkeepers' houses except for one. The big one, they actually had people staying in it, which usually housed 2 of the lighthouse keepers because they had to have 3 lighthouse keepers to run this back in before they put all the electricity in. What they called the principals house was smaller, and they had that one shop, and you could go all the way up to the 2nd floor and look at this stuff in there. It was very neat to see, and they still had an outhouse there. That one was interesting because it was a 2-seater outhouse. It's the first time I've ever seen a 2-seater outhouse. I was like, yeah, y'all crazy. No, one person at a time for me. But we actually got to climb that one because it was open for us to go. It was 220 steps to get up to the top. Had 9 platforms. But the view. It was just very windy when we got up there. That was one day that we went and done that. We went and seen Kitty Hawk, because my husband likes history stuff, and Kitty Hawk is where the Wright brothers built the very first airplane and actually tested it and stuff, and we got to walk all of that. That was fun too. Let's see, when we got there on Friday, that was a 6-hour drive, and then we ended up, even though we rode in the car, that evening, by the time everything was said and done, before we went to bed, I think we did 8,000 steps that day. The very next day, which we were going to try Friday when we got there, we didn't eat breakfast, we didn't eat lunch, and it was really late in the afternoon. Well, he got checked in. We got there about 12:15 or so because we left really early in the morning that Friday. But we got checked in, and by the time we got everything checked in, settled in, we went and looked at the beach for a little bit. It was kind of late in the day. Probably about 2-3 o'clock or so when we finally went and got us something to eat, because both of us were like, we're starving. We ain't had breakfast. We ain't had lunch. We had snacks on the way. But that was about it. So we found us someplace to eat. Then we was going to go check out the aquarium. They had an aquarium there on one of the islands. Is North Carolina aquarium. And we got there, and you had to do reservations to go. So we just, we'll just try something else, or maybe look online later and see about going. But I really wanted to go to that because one of my other one of my other favorite things, which is, my favorite animals, is the white Siberian tiger, the sloth, and any turtles, but especially the sea turtles. But that particular aquarium has a rehabilitation center for the sea turtles. And I was really hoping to go in there and see. But we did get to go. We didn't get to go Friday. We got to go on Saturday. But anyway, we ended up finally getting something to eat, and then we drove down there to the aquarium, but we went and seen, there was another park over there that we went and seen. My husband wanted to see it. I can't remember what it was. I really can't remember. Lost Village, no, Lost Town or something like it. It's supposed
Colony.
to be, yeah, Lost Colony. That's right. One of the Lost Colonies areas, and we got to go see that. And there was a garden there. We were gonna go, but it was like $12 to get in, and we're like, yeah, it's not. We really would rather go and spend like $13 to go see the aquarium than to walk around this garden. So, and it was raining that day too, so we really didn't want to pay $12 and then end up having to stand inside because it started pouring down rain on us. So, okay. Angel says, this is very cool here. In the desert, we don't have anything like that here. We do have Montezuma Castle is the housing of some of the natives from 500 years ago, built right on the mountain. So cool. Cool. That'd be neat. Vacations that are worth remembering. Are tiring in good ways. All the beautiful sights. Sounds like you guys had a wonderful time. Yes, we did. It was fun. Now, two of the other lighthouses we got to go see. We did not get to go in them. And of course, I got me the little statues of them, which was the Bodhi. And this one was the shortest one of the three. If we had went the following weekend after we had went, which we came back on the 17th, that Friday of that week, we would have been able to go in this one. They have this one open as a seasonal type thing. So only got to see her. Went in one of the lightkeepers' houses and looked around, which that was their gift shop area. You could not go upstairs. They had a pretty good sized building. I believe those were like the offices and stuff. So we didn't get to go in there, up in the upstairs. But they had a little platform where you could go see the birds that like to hang out over close to this lighthouse. The other lighthouse that I got to go see it. I would love to climb this one because this one was the tallest one over there. And my husband thought that this one actually, she had got moved because she was getting out into the ocean, or she was so close to the beach that she was starting to get washed out. The sand was eroding out from underneath this particular lighthouse. And in 1999, they moved her half a mile inland so she wouldn't fall. Hi, Zach. Welcome in. But the reason why we couldn't go in this one in particular is they are repainting that. Well, they're stripping all the paint off on the inside. And they said that was the first time they've stripped all the paint on the inside, and they are going to repaint her. Then they are going to check the integrity of the stairs and all that to make sure everything's safe that way. The ladies also said there was something up here that they had took off years ago, and they shouldn't have, because it's causing her to leak and take in water. And because of it being a nice tall cylinder, well, it retains the water. So they're supposed to be putting whatever it was they took off up here back and replacing some of the windows. I don't know. She didn't specify whether it was damaged from them taking this piece off, some piece up here off, or if it was damaged, the windows were damaged from them moving the lighthouse. But she did say that they needed to replace some of the windows up here. Plus, they are going to be stripping all the paint on the outside and repainting her as well. So they're saying it's possibly at the least 3 years before it will be opened up again for anybody to see it or actually go up in it and climb it. I really wanted to climb this one because this one was the tallest one they had over there. It was taller than the Currituck, but this one is Cape Hatteras. I did get to see her. Got to go up there close to it. We walked around the museum a little bit. And anyway, I did not get these from the gift shop from the aquarium. I got them from another gift shop because a lot of the stuff in the aquarium was pretty high. But because I got to see my beautiful sea turtles, I got me these little glass sea turtles. And that's the shell inside. It's got gold glitter. And then I also got me a little green one. And that's what it looks like there. Which actually, her grandmother got me started on liking these little, especially these little glass sea turtles. She had went to the beach one time with her husband years ago, and we didn't go, me and my husband. This was before she was born, but she had brought me back these little glass sea turtles, and I want to get my shelves hung up so I can put my little turtles up. So that's kind of where I got started with the love of the sea turtles and the little glass turtles. I've got some other turtles that are not sea turtles as well. But anyway, before I get started on some of my stuff that I got on the trip, other than these collectibles here, and one of the items that I got for my anniversary, the other item I got for my anniversary from my husband is actually in the bedroom right now. It is a bag to put yarn in, and it has holes to where I can feed the yarn through the outside and crochet, and I can keep the project in there too as well if I want. But it has a pocket on the front, and it's got little places you can put your crochet hooks. You can put knitting needles in there. You can put notions, just whatever. I've got a pair of scissors in it right now. I've got a project in it. I was working on it the other night. That's why it's in my room. But I can't go get it because my husband's asleep right now. So But anyway, it also has a little pocket behind that front pocket where you can put pattern books in, little skinny, and then there's even one pocket on the back. And you can either carry it by handle on top, or you can put it on your back like a backpack as well. That was what he got me for one of the gifts that he got me for our anniversary. But I do have an FO, finished object. Do you want to show it, Miss Kenny? I have actually been working on this for a long time. This is Spring.
Know where the top
The
is. It'll be fun.
Spring the Fiber Enthusiasts of Pattern, the Congolese poncho, and this is all one weight yarn. This was Hobby Lobby's yarn. I had got on clearance, and I used pretty much all of the yarn. She chose the pattern of which, how she wanted the colors to go.
Probably gonna wear it inside out.
But I used a one weight for hers. I still have not finished mine yet. But this one, I had to kind of quit working on it for a little bit because I had gotten almost all the way around and realized I didn't have enough yarn. I had to change how I did the edge. But
got it crooked.
I used the one weight so it would fit her, because the pattern that Spring has, if you use a 3 weight, is for an adult, and it would have been way too big for her. So I did a 1 weight and a much smaller hook too as well. I think it was 2 2.5, maybe it was 3 1/4. I don't remember. I left the hook in there, but I didn't sew in the ends.
Not yet.
Yeah, that was one of the things of yarn that Hobby Lobby had, and it had like a bunch of little ones, and she picked the color pattern that she wanted for it.
I'm disturbing the Sleeping Beauty.
And the other thing that I got,
I have disturbed the Sleeping Beauty.
This was from my husband. It is a Stanwood. It's a yarn yardage counter meter thing. It counts it by the meter, but you can figure it out by multiplying. But looks like yes. So whenever I do my yarn for hand dyeing, as I wind it through this and onto my yarn winder, it'll help keep track of how many meters on this one, and then I can convert it to yards for when I do my hand dyeing yarn. When I get some more made up, which I've got a lot of them hanged up right now, which I might split some of them a little bit smaller after I get it dyed, or I might just wait till, I might do it before I dye it. Anyway, I would like to try to sell some of my hand-dyed yarns later. And that's why he got that for me for my anniversary gift. This one is Spring the Fiber Enthusiast pattern. This is called the Congolese, and she said that is, Congolese means February, but I used this light because, like I said, so it'd be small enough for her. I'm using a natural 3 weight, but the way that she's made this, I think it would be light enough for this time of year anyway, too. But you guys will probably get tickled with this, because when we went to see one of our trips, so we took 2 trips to Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers had built the planes. Well, they built the glider and then the plane. But we climbed the hill, really, it's a sand dune hill where they have the monument for the brothers. Oh my goodness! And they had to carry this huge glider thing up this hill, and they had some help, but I can't imagine carrying a 200 and something pound glider up this big, huge hill. As we climbed it, and we only climbed it one time. But the going there, the pass that we paid for to get in, you could go up to 7 days if you wanted, but we weren't going to be there that long, so we only visited twice. Once was on that Saturday because we had a little bit of time before our time that we were supposed to go to the aquarium. So we went there. We got to go see the rebuilt barns because the original barns were gone. They had a piece, like a sliver of the wood from one of the original barns. But they rebuilt the barns and what they looked like. You could walk the flight, all 4 flights of the flight attempts. But you could also see they took the glider up on the big sand dune hill, and then the actual motorized plane was on flat area. And we seen the barns first, and we went and walked the big sand dune where they took off from with the glider. The Sunday we went and walked the flight place for where they took off on the motorized plane. And my husband, 2 reasons why he wanted to go. Actually, he really, really wanted to go walk that. One, because he loves history, and that was, something from history, and those men actually walked that themselves as well. Of course, they walked it 4 different times. We only walked it once. But also, his dad walked it years ago, and he could say that, my dad walked this and so did I. The kids weren't with us when we went, so hopefully he would really like to go again sometime and take the kids up there, and they could walk it as well sometime or another. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Well, thank you. Yeah, it took a while to get that one done. Because I actually did start this one, and mine. I've actually started one for me, and I only got to part 2 finished. I hadn't even started part 3 for mine. Because this one was just taking so long, and I wanted to get at least one done. But when my father-in-law had got sick and everything, this was so big, I didn't take it with me and work on it. I took other projects with me. But I kind of here and there when I could. And then when he passed away, everything just went crazy. Because we were having to, while he was sick, we were having to move everything from the house out here that my mother-in-law is getting the finalization of selling it done. She was trying to get everybody to help pitch in and move everything from that house to her new house. And so we all helped with that, get her moved. And then it wasn't long after she got moved out there. It was 4 days that he was there at that house, and then he passed away. And then we have been trying to, well, most of the house was cleaned out. There was very little that we had to clean out of the house, other than it was just where everybody tracked their just dirt and stuff in from walking in and out of carrying stuff, boxing. Most of the stuff was boxed up, but there was a few things here and there that we needed to get out of the rooms, some furniture and stuff like that. But it was just a big giant mess, and I went up there several days and worked on cleaning the rest of stuff that got left behind. If she wanted it, we boxed it up, had it sent to her. I vacuumed, cleaned floors, moved some furniture that they didn't want, set it in another room if somebody else wanted it in the family, because she had a lot of stuff that she was when she moved from this house. It's a 2-story house. She had to downsize to move to that one. It was a 1 level, and that was a 3-bedroom brick house with a closed-in carport, and then they added on a screened-in porch. And she went to a single wide trailer, which was much smaller than what she had there, so she had to downsize again. But also, on top of that, we also had a 3-car garage to clean out. She had some stuff in there stored, but mostly a lot of the stuff that was in there was his. My father-in-law's, and he grew up during the Depression era, and he did not throw anything away. It still had a use. So we had to go through this whole garage. You had these little paths maybe that you could walk through in this garage, but it was packed full of just stuff. We finally finished everything yesterday. So everything is said and done as far as on our end of everything. We got what we wanted that was left over as far as furniture wise, that we wanted either out of the garage or out of the house. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to get it in here, because I was wanting a table in here, but the day that we unloaded all the furniture here, my husband, the last thing we unloaded was the table that I wanted in here. We got it in the back door in the other room, and he set it down just right where we could close the back door, and he says, "I'm done for right now." He said, "I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm not doing any more moving furniture today." He's done. So it's like, that's fine. I'm exhausted too. We've took off load after load of just stuff that needed to be thrown away because his dad just didn't want to throw it away. To him, it still had use. To us, it was just junk and trash. It was several loads of stuff we took off. We took off, our pastor took off, was it 3? I think it was 3 loads, 2 or 3 loads. It might have been 3 3 loads of scrap metal. And but anyway, his sisters, 2 of his sisters come out and helped clean out stuff out of the garage. They got what they wanted out of there. I got some stuff out of there. His 2 brothers and my husband went through the tools and anything that they wanted that was there. They got, and it took all of us just pitching in together and getting it all done. But we finally said, we're done with this yesterday. We got everything done. All the floors were swept, mopped. All the cabinets were cleaned out. Any furniture that they didn't want left behind, the new owners, we got rid of all that stuff. So we are finally done with that. Now I can concentrate on here, which you guys have not seen this room before, which we did a lot of cleaning in here. There used to be a love seat sitting here that had a hideaway bed. It's now sitting in this next room over here. This is actually the sunroom. There's a bunch of windows behind us. There's another set of windows over here. That's why we call this the sunroom. Let's see. Let me get caught up here. Angel says, yeah, fitness and sports enthusiasts will take all their stuff up and down mountains or to the beach. Let's see. She said her Grams is 95 and she is always saving everything. It is definitely the Depression era generation. Yeah. And then Lisa says, you have been busy and working hard. Now I know why we haven't seen you. Yeah, that's why I haven't been on here in a while. We did take, like I said, for our anniversary, we did go to the beach. And we only got to get away for about 3 days. Anyway, one of the trips to the Kitty Hawk, we were, I think, on our way. Yeah, we were on our way back to the hotel. And because I Googled it, I was like, wonder if there's any yarn places in the area. First one I Googled was Hobby Lobby, because I don't get this. The closest Hobby Lobby to us in this area is like over 2 hours away, I think. Maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure. No, it's actually a 2-hour drive, I believe. Anyway, the closest one was, I think, where we were staying at that hotel, would have been an hour and 15-minute drive. And I was like, yeah, we're already driving. We drove to I think the Hatteras was like over an hour drive for us to go to it from where we were staying at. We stayed at Nag's Head at the Outer Banks. And it was like, my husband's been doing all this driving because when we go places, he'd rather drive. So anyway, he drove us all over the place. But anyway, we were driving back home to the hotel from Kitty Hawk. Actually, I think we were headed towards the aquarium. Yeah, we were leaving the Kitty Hawk, but we were passing the hotel. It was on the way there because we had to pass the hotel and go over to the aquarium on the other side of the hotel. But we were passing by there, and I seen this little sign on the side of a building. And he said he didn't realize how little the sign was or where it was at, because he was concentrating on driving. But we were driving by, and I was like, oh, there's a yarn shop. I'd like to go see that. And I Googled it, and it was less than a mile. I don't think it was even half a mile away from the hotel. And I said, if we can, please, can we go to this yarn shop while we're here on this weekend? And he said, well, we'll see. But let's get our other stuff that we want to go do first. And if we have time, we might go to that. And anyway, we did. He finally took me up there. And I put it in my phone, GPS, and or Google Maps, and we followed it because the GPS was having issues. Some of the stuff, I don't know if it was weather, wasn't connecting satellite right, or if it was because the GPS is so old that it didn't exist. That particular shop didn't exist then, or what, because it's not been updated in a while. But it couldn't find the shop, so we used my phone on Google Maps to get there. But anyway, when he's seen that sign, first thing out of his mouth, he's like, what? How in the world did you see that sign? He says, only you could see a sign that small going 50 miles an hour up the road on the side of the road. And I started laughing. But he did take me to this little store. So if any of y'all go to Nag's Head at Outer Banks, go check out this little yarn store called Yarn and More. And they had oodles and oodles of hand-dyed yarns. And they also had these, which reminded me a lot of the where did that come from? Okay. Reminded me a lot of the cakes, like skinny cakes. Probably a lot less yardage, but this is actually 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca, which is very, very soft. It says Universal Yarns. It's called Offbeat. And it is 5.2, 5.25 ounce, is 150 grams, 586 yards, and 536 meters, and it is considered a fine. Let's say this is probably about a 3. They say it's a fine weight yarn. It looks to me about a 3. But that is, I got 2 of these. And the colorway is called Wicked. To me, it reminded me of the beach because it's got the tans, blues, and white in there. And it does say it says machine wash cool and tumble dry low, but I'll probably just I will let machine wash it, but I won't put it, I always just lay them dry flat. But I got 2 of those. Those there. And this one, I kept eyeing this one, and I kept eyeing that one. And I was like, I really want this. And I said, but I want this too. I said, can I please, can I get this? And he's like, well, can you make something with just one? I said, yes, I think I can. I got a book that I got a while back. Don't remember where I got it. It was either Hobby Lobby or got it from Michael's. I don't remember. But the patterns in it was for shawls, and you can use one hank to make that particular shawl. So this, that yarn and this yarn is my yarn. I'm not going to give it away because this is my anniversary stuff. But I just kept looking at this yarn. Out of all the hanks that was there, I just absolutely loved this one. The colorway is called Hot Socks, and it is 100 grams. It's fingering weight yarn, and it is 463 yards. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It says washing instructions. You can wash it, machine wash gently in cold water, and lay flat to dry, which I usually do lay dry. They've got a sticker over the top of this, so I really, let's see, it says Lonesome Pine Yarn Works is the company. But I just fell in love with this colors. And this is not really coming in very well. This is more of a blue in your screen, and it's more of a aqua, more green than blue color. And this is browns and like an off-white cream color here. But I just fell in love with this. This was not on sale. It was $28 for this. But I just love this color. Oh, well, good night, Angel. It was nice chatting, but I'm going to try to get my kids down to hopefully have a live later tonight. Okay. Yeah, I've subscribed to Angel today. So if y'all don't have her, I don't have Nightbot to do it, but anyway. But that was what I got from the beach and on our trip and everything. I also was, Miss Kitty don't know this, and I'm not going to tell her who it's from, but I was gifted today a pattern to make something for you from somebody. A very sweet lady gifted me her very own pattern to make you a poncho. She said it'll be a gift from her and a gift from me, since I'll be crocheting it, but the pattern was from her.
I think I might know who.
But anyway, the colors that I will be using for this poncho for Miss Kitty, I will use this one. If you guys can see it or not, no, the purple and the pink is not coming through. You can see the yellow, and actually the purple is looking blue on this. Okay, I don't know why on my screen it looks blue and not purple, but it's white, pink, a really pale pink, and then a dark purple, and there's a light blue and yellow. Now the blue, she don't really care for blue too much, but her favorite colors is pink, purple, and yellow. And this is ice cream yarn. I did actually get this one from Hobby Lobby. This one is called Cotton Candy. I had started something last year, and I have no idea what I started. So I'm going to frog this, and I will start her poncho with this one. And if I need more yarn than this, I will add this one in, which is another ice cream yarn, in the color Ube. UBE is the colorway. So it's got pink, purple, and kind of a teal color in it. It's not really blue. It's a teal green, like a mint green more than anything. But hopefully it'll only take one. And then I will show you all the progress on that. I will be making one for me as well in that pattern. The yarn that I'm using or going to be using is actually in my craft room right now, and I can't go get that either because I have to go through my bedroom to go get it. And I don't want to wake my husband up. So anyway, he has to get up early. I've got to get up early too because I got to take little man to the bus. Oh, hi, welcome in, Butter Roll Boutique. How are you? The one I'm going to be using is one of the cinnamon roll, I think is what it's called, from Michael's. I really wanted that aqua color with the brown and white. When I got the chance to go, they didn't have that one anymore. They did have the blue with the brown and white, and that'll be the one I'm going to use. I don't remember the colorway, but it's in the other room, so I can't go get it. But I will be using that one for my poncho when I get it started. And I will keep y'all posted of the progress on those. Sorry it's been so long since I've been on here. Like I said, it has been crazy busy around here. Because at one point, when my father-in-law had gotten really sick, we were all taking turns of staying with my mother-in-law 24/7, where she wasn't there by herself. She needed that much help with taking care of him. So that was why I wasn't on a whole lot. So we were dealing with that. He had dementia. He was not doing good. He had gotten pneumonia, and she really needed to get hospice, but she wanted to wait till they moved to get hospice. And so we all ended up taking turns coming out and staying with her and helping her take care of him. And prior to that, me and Miss Kitty had gone up once a week or so to sit with him. She would do her schoolwork. I would watch him while they were gone, while my sister-in-law would take her mom and go get groceries at least once a week, and to get her out of the house for a little bit. And anyway, so it's been rough on us, to say the least. It was a little bit rough yesterday, saying goodbye to the house, basically, as we have spent a lot of time up there at that house. Anyway, don't want to start crying on y'all. But So, and I told my husband, I said, that's kind of why I waited till there was only just a few of us there yesterday. And we were just, it was me, one of my sister-in-laws, and a brother-in-law was there, which he was married into the family. He was finishing up a few things we'd eaten in the yard real quick and loading up some more stuff on the trailer. She was helping with that outside. And I'm like, all right, everybody's done in the house. Everything's out of the house. I said, I'm going to sweep and I'm going to do final sweep. I'd already gotten most of the house swept. The only thing I didn't have swept was the side porch, the screened-in porch and the carport that my father-in-law had closed in. I had to get those swept, but basically needed to finish mopping in the house. I just had a section of the hallway and a little bit of the kitchen left. I left a path to the bathroom so people could get into the bathroom, and waited till everybody was done with that. Got everything finally mopped and everything, and because that's one of the things I did for her, my mother-in-law, while I was staying there with him, my father-in-law, while she went grocery shopping. I swept and mopped the floors for her and cleaned the bathrooms and stuff because of him just constantly hand and foot weight on him. She didn't have time to clean. So that's what I did while she was gone, because if I tried to do it while she was there, she'd fuss at me and wouldn't let me do it. Don't do that. Cut that out. I'll do that later. And so I would do cleaning for her while she was gone doing her groceries. So anyway, and everybody was like, you don't have to clean that. You don't have to clean that. Just leave it, But I kind of, myself, I wanted to do it for her and for the new owners as well, so they won't have to do it, which I'm sure that they probably will be tracking a lot of stuff when they bring their stuff in. But at least they have clean floors to come to whenever they get there. But it has been a long process of everything. We will be going to see her here periodically. She does have a birthday coming up, so we will be celebrating with her for her birthday. I think she will be, 86, 87? I don't remember her age. At one point, I used to know. At one point, I had his age. Then I got lost track of his age, and I actually had put him older than what he was. He had to correct me. But he did make it to 88 years old. July, he would have been 89. And she's a little bit younger. So I said she's going to be either 86, 87, somewhere there. I really can't remember her age. But anyway. And she actually was there with us yesterday, so I got to see her yesterday for a little while. But I did take it easy today. I have not done a whole lot. I think I've done like one load of laundry today. But I have an old injury on my foot that came back to haunt me. It was something I had done when I was in junior high, I believe, or middle school as they call it nowadays. I had sprained my ankle years and years ago. And now that I'm in my 40s, my body is telling me that you really messed up. Because now, if I get on my foot a lot, that foot likes to give me troubles. And I almost couldn't walk this morning because my foot hurt so bad. And that was from where I had sprained that ankle. And those muscles on top of my foot and around my ankle were hurting today. So my husband told me to just take it easy today. So I had a lazy day today. So, and one of my other injuries from playing volleyball in high school, it likes to flare up once in a while, which is my knee. I had done a jump ball to try to block a spike, which, yeah, dummy me, only being 5'1", thought I could reach over the net and block a spike. Yeah. No. Ended up landing wrong on that knee. Even the coach was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." At first I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she's like, "Are you sure? You landed kind of funny on that knee." I said, "Yeah, I feel fine." And she's like, "All right." So we continued, and then maybe 5 minutes later, all of a sudden I just collapsed in the floor and I grabbed my knee, and it hurt like you wouldn't believe. I was crying and it hurt so bad. I got it checked out. The doctor said he thinks that I'd only bruised it, but for being that it bruised it and that was it, and it's bothering me now, this many years later, it'll hurt every so often. Just walking, my knee hurts. Hi, welcome in. Me that loves cats. Hey, there's a cat lover. Now you missed Bandit earlier. We had a kitty in here. She done took off. But
I'm finishing this video later. It's over. It's over a minute.
It's getting long. You getting tired?
I keep getting flashed in the face whenever I don't have an image there, and it flashes. I was like, woohoo! Also, I'm sitting in a very bad spot to be doing this.
I'm getting tired, actually. I think I'm gonna hop off here.
It's
We've
11:30.
already been on here over an hour, yeah, and it's 11:30. And you got school tomorrow. Yeah.
Sleep.
Well, yeah,
if it wasn't for Dad, I wouldn't be up this late. I would have already been in bed. But no, he decided to put 2 spoons of sugar in my milk.
Yeah, that was funny. Her dad pulled a prank on her earlier today. She had a cup of milk sitting on the table, and she went to go check some stuff in the food pantry for me to see if we had the ingredients to something for this weekend. While she was gone, she had a cup of milk sitting on the table, and he dumped 2 tablespoons of sugar in her milk, stirred it up a little bit. Of course, she come in partway through and stirred it up.
I didn't even notice he was doing it.
And he kept sitting there kept watching her. He thought he was going to get a reaction out of her, but she didn't. He's like, "How's that milk over there?" She said, "Well, it tastes a little bit sweet." He said, "Well, it should. I put 2 tablespoons of sugar in it."
I just thought it was because I had just ate a peanut butter sandwich and the milk was sweeter, but it wasn't. Well, technically, yes, it was.
So she finally realized, seeing all the sugar in the bottom that didn't get stirred up.
Like, well, hey, sugar.
Well, thank you, Angela, for coming in. Hopefully it won't be so long the next time I did on here. So I'm gonna hop off because it is getting late. Miss Kitty does need to get to bed. I need to get to bed because I gotta get up at 5:30 ish in the morning. And we get up that early. I don't have to head down till about 6:45 to meet the bus. That's about the time we leave here and go down there. It comes between about 6:56 and 7:02, 7:03, somewhere in there to pick up little man. But I got to drive down to the neighbor's house, which is about a quarter of a mile. But anyway, they won't come up to the house because they said they don't have a place for the bus to turn around. So we have to meet them down there. So, but anyway, but it gives me time to kind of wake up a little bit and get some coffee. Gotta have some coffee first thing in the morning. I'm not a morning person at all.
About the kitty's creations with why I haven't posted in a while. It's just with everything happening, I haven't really had time to because I've been doing a lot of schoolwork and all that good stuff, and I haven't really had motivation to make new ones. And it's really hard to find sounds to use that I won't get copyrighted for. Because if you got like music, you get a copyright strike. If you have, or it's mainly music, but if there's like a certain topic in it, you can get demonetized.
Well,
for
I'm not monetized anyway.
Well, I mean, when we get there, I mean, we still get strikes for it, so it takes us longer to get monetized. But main thing is motivation to get new ones going, and I'm running out of the ones that I can put on there, and I just gotta make new ones. Which one I'm working on right now is about a dragon. You should know which one that is. I've played the sound several times for you.
Come on, hurry up, because I've already said goodbye.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to explain. But main thing, no motivation, and we're running out of videos to post that I can actually post.
Alright, well, we will see y'all another time. Hopefully, now that we've got all that stuff, maybe things will settle down and I can concentrate on getting things set up in here and get the rest of my house the way I want it. So, but anyway, y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I will see y'all on the YT streets.
Before you end it.
Oh,
cat.
There's Miss Bandy. There's our pretty baby.
Oh. You're gonna show the audience the foot. Oh, you want to roll over?
All right.
Okay.
We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Where are you going?